Hello again, this is Joanna Dojillo coming to you for the week 8 update for my value proposition, no more lines, tap in your order, pay for your items, walk in and take your items to go with the Tap to Go app. So this particular presentation and update has to do with our key activities and the key resources involved in this business model plan. For key activities, I definitely need to be sure that customers download the application onto their phones and use it. And not just once, use it all the time. When they think of this particular store or this cafe, they need to think, oh, I'm going to use my app and I'm going to order my food this way. So that is a key activity that needs to be considered for this app to be successful. The key resources that are needed to make the app successful are the human resources, not so much the developers that I've talked to previously about partnering with, but these are the people at the actual cafes. And this becomes important because, as I touched on in my previous presentation, good customer service, whether the company or the cafe has already had good customer service in the past, it's going to be imperative that this customer service is better using this app or as a result of using this app than it would be if you just walked in. Because in effect, this app is having the cafe compete with itself, compete with the fact that people can order in person versus ordering online. So at least at the very beginning, the experience using this app has to be better than ordering in person. So here's what I thought then. As I said, it's got to be better than ordering in person at the cafe or the restaurant. It's got to be a super job. The order's got to be right. The food's got to be hot. It's got to be accurate. The customer service has got to be impeccable in order for the customer to be happy with the experience, because this is all experience driven, and they've got to want to use it again. And not only that, in order for this to be successful, they need to drive the virality of it. They need to tell their friends and their family members and their coworkers that they had a good experience with it and that it saved them time. So that is a key activity, and to make that happen, we need the people at the cafes and the restaurants to treat these online orders a little bit better than they would an in-person order. Now, how does that happen? How does someone, say, like at a Romano Macaroni Grill or an In-N-Out Burger or at a Taco Bell, how do they make their customer service better? At the very least, it's got to be the same. But in order for people to say, well, there is a marginal difference between ordering online and ordering in person, it's got to be faster, for sure. So when an order comes in, it's got to be treated with priority. And second is that it needs to be correct. And if it's not correct, the cafe or the restaurant needs to take ownership of making it up to the customer and, maybe for the first little while, providing that errored order pro bono free. So we need to have cooperation with the vendors in the cafes and the customer service point of service, that they treat these online orders with just a little bit more attention than they would their normal orders, just because we want this option to be successful. And in the end, it'll make the cafe successful. So we need them to just give it a little bit more attention. So for the next steps, we'll have to make sure that the customer service people make that whole experience worthwhile. Because in the end, the key resource and the key activity to making this app successful is not only that it's a good app and that it's functioning correctly and it provides all the bells and whistles, but that it provides an experience that the customer would want to repeat, because that ultimately would be the success for the app. We could partner with the vendor and incentivize and work with the actual cafes to incentivize good customer service, but ultimately we've got to have that dedication from the human resources point of view. Thank you.